What's the difference between a Christmas tree cupcake and a regular cupcake? The tremendous icing job. And we are back with another holiday dessert recipe. We will begin with listing our base ingredients for the cupcakes. As you can see here on the screen, we have flour, milk, sugar, oil, baking powder with salt, and an egg. I'll be walking you through each of these ingredients as we progress. Don't worry if you miss anything. I'll have the complete recipe detailed in the description below. So we're going to start with adding 1 egg to a mixing bowl, followed by a 1/4 cup of oil, 1 cup of milk, 1/2 or 1/4 cup of sugar. I did a 1/4 cup because the buttercream I used is really sweet, but you can adjust that to taste. And then we're going to whisk all that together until the egg is broken and all of our ingredients are well incorporated. And then we're going to start on our dry ingredients. 2 cups of flour goes in, followed by 1 tablespoon of baking powder and a pinch of salt. I already added the salt in the baking powder. The salt here is just used to balance out the flavors. And now we're going to sift all that into our liquid ingredients and then mix it with the spatula. Be careful not to overmix this, so just until combined, and when it looks like this, it's done. And now we're grabbing our cupcake tray, and no, it's not dirty, it just scratches easily. Line the tray with cupcake liners and start adding our mix into the tray. I just used 2 spoons for this. We're going to bake our cupcakes on 180 degrees Celsius for around 20 minutes. This will depend on your oven, of course. They are done when toothpick inserted in the center comes out clean. While the cupcakes are baking, we'll start on our buttercream. I picked American buttercream for this recipe. I used a block of butter, around 227 grams. The butter should be on room temperature and make sure it's proper butter, not margarine. And a little less than 500 grams of icing sugar. I've also added 2 tablespoons of milk. You will need to adjust the amount of milk depending on the other liquids you will use, such as food coloring. A little tip: when you're mixing buttercream, cover your bowl with a kitchen towel for the first minute or so to prevent the sugar from flying everywhere. Once the buttercream is the right consistency, you can start with adding food coloring. I used the gel color and I ended up using the whole tube because I wanted it to be super green. This will of course depend on the food coloring you use. I suggest going for gel or oil-based ones. Water-based colors might mess with the texture due to their water content. American buttercream is generally very forgiving. I'll put some troubleshooting tips in the description below if you're stuck. It should look like this when it's done. Once our cupcakes are all done and cooled completely, you can grab a cupcake and level off the top with a knife, just like this. You can take the top you just cut and tidy the edges and repeat the process for all the cupcakes. Next, you are going to take a flat knife, I'm using an offset spatula here, and put some frosting on the flat top of 1 cupcake. You are going to do the same thing to another cupcake, and then you're going to put them on top of each other, tops down. Now you will add some more buttercream on top of the cakes, just like this. And remember that little top we cut out earlier? You're gonna add that back on. I just did a thin crumb coat so they keep their moisture in, but this is optional. Another tip: if you don't own a cake stand, just take a round lid of something and add a normal plate on top, and voila, a cake stand. Next comes the piping. We'll take our piping bag and fill it with buttercream. Now for the fun part, we start with piping. I started from the bottom, making my way to the top, filling in any gaps I might have missed. I did do a bigger one at the top middle because, you know, a tree. I also had these decoration balls. They used to be silver, but I've added golden dust to them, and then I used tweezers to add them onto the tree. I just kept adding the golden balls until I was happy with the look, and then I started adding red decoration balls in the same way with tweezers. I added these little snowflakes on top because I didn't have any stars at home. For the end, I just dusted the tree with golden powder for finishing touches. And your Christmas cupcakes are done. Wow. A simple, delicious dessert for holidays. Thank you so much for watching. I'm wishing you the happiest of holidays, and if you enjoyed this, please like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!